So one of the things I had said that I would be trying to do would be to get you guys a video on how to harvest the Forsythia. I haven't had a chance today. I'm just going to kind of show you how to do it. It's raining, so we're not taking any harvest from here. You can notice too, when you cut them back, you'll actually end up with a much bushier plant than if you don't. If you don't cut them back, you'll end up with this kind of wild, tall plant here like this. Forsythia blossoms are really good for chest congestion, any kind of lung congestion type issues. And now, while they're blooming, is the only time you can get them. So it's one of those things where you kind of got to wait for a dry day. Today is not a dry day, but I'm going to show you how to pick them really quick anyhow. We're going to just grab right here on the flower itself. Just pop it right off. Nothing to it. Pop it right off. See, you dry these down. Now remember, because they're flower blossoms, you're going to have a 10-to-1 dry down. So that means to get 1 pound of medicine, you're going to want to pick 10 pounds of Forsythia blossoms, which is not going to be enough off of one plant. You're going to need 2 or 3. 1 pound of tea is kind of more like what I would use in a commercial preparations. But again, you want to have a couple of dry days. You don't want to get them on it when it's rainy like this. This is not ideal medicine. I'm just kind of showing you guys. And that's all we're going to pick today because we're just showing. I would normally be picking these into a dry paper bag. And then I have a gas stove. And it has a pilot light in there. And I'll set that in paper bag on the shelf of the gas stove with the pilot light on, so it stays warm, dark, and dry. If you have a dehydrator, you can do that. Use a regular dehydrator. They dry very quickly. And again, it's a 10-to-1 dry down. So if you're looking at something like this, you're going to end up with something that's much, well, these are soaking wet, much smaller volume, 10-to-1.
These are pretty.
But they're very pretty. A lot of people have them on their plants, on their yards for decorative because they are so pretty. But it's not something that people think of as being medicine because it is an invasive. It is not a native to the United States. It was brought here as a decorative plant, and that's what it's here for, is just for these pretty blossoms. But it does have medicinal use. Again, we always want to make sure that we're being smart with our invasives, and if we're locating them somewhere that we're going to be able to manage them. We don't actually have these on my property. These are on my neighbor's property up here. And so that's kind of part of why it's taken me a little while to get to this video, because it's not something I have growing, because we try to stick with native medicines. I have like 2 bushes, I think, and that's